Welcome everybody to our Red May Finals. The very best teams that played back in May now competing head to head for their share of the €500 prize pool. My name is Peter Counterfeit Hartnell, and let's take a look at which teams we have got lined up for you today. Shazam! So as I mentioned, only the very best teams playing today. Of course, got coming in as our #1 seed, Destiny Red from Saudi Arabia, a team with an unblemished record recently, apart from a shocking first round loss to Victory of Lords recently. I'm sure they'll be looking for revenge if those two teams do end up meeting in the grand finals, but they're a long way away from each other. Next up is Oh My God, an international squad, who have had a bit of a rough time of things recently. Did lose to Dark Chaos, who are further down the bracket in recent times, but have switched from red to blue. So this is a return to their old stomping grounds. We'll see if they're able to do well for themselves. I think, in fact, we might even have our first game. So we'll jump down a little bit in the brackets because it's going to be Bang Esports from Italy against that same Dark Chaos team. they were mentioning before as our very first game. So we'll come back and go into a little bit more detail about these guys a little later on. But for now, it's going to be Bang playing out our first round on the blue side, and Dark Chaos, the international squad, much like, oh my god, playing out on the red. Let me get those all updated for you guys. We'll jump straight into our first lobby, and I'll just make sure that everything is in place and looking pretty for all you fine people. So I will come back and have a quick look through the chat once everything's in place. Let's see, so Dark Chaos, need to get them sorted out as well. Okay, so Italy and international. Yes, how are you guys doing today? So we will be having, of course, double giveaways over the course of today. So it will kind of work the same way as always, just that whenever we would have one winner, we'll instead have two. It's 400 euros for each win. So the first giveaway will start over on the Twitch page. That's twitch.tv/moderncombat. So I will put the details out in just a second. It will be #quarter if you want to enter in on that. Hero Gaming Salmon, lovely to see you too, old bean. And we'll be getting it started in just a second once all the teams are locked and loaded. Whew. Alright, looks like everything's in place for us to begin. We shall see. Mr. Puppet Gaming, good to see you, and I appreciate Hunter, you helping out folks in the chat. Let's see. Dejani the Spartan, you lost your Monarch agent in Modern Combat Versus. Oh no, how do you lose an agent? That sounds unfortunate. Reru Gaming, you're Japanese but can talk English. Excellent. I might ask you to help me out if any Japanese fans drop by with the old translation Aruni. Let's see. Just gonna check everything is working as it should be. I think so. So just waiting for the players to find their feet a little bit. So let's take a quick look and see. We've got no chance, no time to see. Because it's all about this first game. Let's see what we've got for you. So, Bang against Dark Chaos. First round going to be on the street. We will see how the two teams match up directly against one another. And if we can start to see our new force emerge in Modern Combat 5 Esports. Let's get started with our very first game. Woo-wee! General Gaming and Tycoon Gaming, welcome to the stream. So let's have a look around. We've got Gasper, the team owner of Bang Esports, taking to the field personally. This time it's personal. Hero Gaming Simon, I'm glad you're feeling cool today because it's a hot day of Modern Combat 5 action. Whew. So the Italian squad playing over on the blue, the international squad, Dark Chaos playing over on the red. Who will take the very first game? First blood and first exchange of kills. Hunter, what do you like about the Bang versus Dark match? Let's see. So, Bang have been a team that have kind of been struggling recently against some of the bigger names in Modern Combat 5 esports. particularly Victory of Lords score and cold practice, but more recently, in the last recent weeks during the regular tournaments, they've kind of turned it around a bit, where they had this big tournament where they've managed to beat both score and cold, only losing out to Destiny in the grand finals. So Bang come into this with a lot of momentum, but Dark Chaos, wow, they are playing super well. Let's see who's gonna. It's gonna be Xerix, who I think has just been taken down for the very first time this game. Absolutely lethal with that lack and tearing the heart from Bang Esports. Xerix goes in, takes out 2 once more before finally going down. Bang are starting to equalise a little bit, but with Xerix still out on the field, we'll need to be keeping track of exactly where and when they place those feet, because those feet are made for stomping. And so far they're doing a pretty strong job of doing that. Let's see, who are the big players? It is going to be Gasper, that team owner of Bang, leading the charge, and by example. Bang Esports have at least stopped Dark Chaos's lead from growing further, but it's still pretty darn huge. Gasper and Radical do manage to grab a couple in close quarters. We might be seeing the Italian squad managing to come back in this one, but there's a reason why Dark Chaos have gotten this many points this quickly. They have come out of the gates swinging super tough, super fast, and super nasty. Whew. Hero Gaming Simon, it is hot today, but the rain is coming. The rain is always coming. And it seems to be a rain of bullets headed the way of both these teams. But Bang have managed to do a nice job of recovering themselves, back up to just 3 kills separate after being behind by about 10 against Dark Chaos in the start of the game. And we're just coming up to the halfway mark. So, 3.5 minutes remain, 3 kills separate the 2 teams. What are you guys looking for? What are you gonna watch out for in the second half? Golden does pick up a kill. We know Xerix started off incredibly strongly, but has taken some deaths as the kill seems to, and the game seems to have spilled out onto the streets in general. Whew. Right, coming in from the side, and there we go, a big trade for Bang, but nonetheless, Dark Chaos managed to keep that distance with the pick-off kills right towards the end of the fight. Gasper does get one, but Dark Chaos starting to inch away once more as the kills going evenly. See, so it's going to be, of course, Xerix a big part of it, but I think it's also going to be Dark D-Pat. Oh my gosh, the evil version of regular D-Pat coming in to provide the extra punch. Gasper taking down low. Yes, the Scorcher damage over time ticking away and almost taking down the Bang team owner. Looks like Xerix will be able to finish the job, running and gunning with a little bit of backup from Dark D-Pat, patrolling these streets. So Dark Chaos a lot less comfortable than they were before, but Xerix nicely played there will find just an ankle showing. This must be Victorian style because it's been punished so severely. And it looks like Dark Chaos may be able to run this one over the finish line. I think pretty much exclusively thanks to Xerix, who is playing out of their mind right now. Yeah, no one else even remotely comparing. Xerix will finally go down, but I don't know if Bang can keep Xerix off the field long enough to get back into this game. I mean, that's always the problem with the star player, is if they do die, your team could be out of luck. Whiskey going to go in for a big old flank here. Their opponent going to drop down to the lower ground. They'll find their assistance from the rest of the team, but other members of Bang do come from the side. Even trade means Dark Chaos only 1 kill away from taking this first round. Whiskey does land one, but surely there's the other one landing in, and first point of the day goes to Dark Chaos. Oh boy. So there we go. Xerix definitely going to be our MVP. 18 and 8. Honestly, absolutely crazy. Everyone else had a pretty much even record. 8-8, just absolutely ludicrous. Alright guys, we will head to break. But when we return, more Mortal Kombat 5 and the official beginning of the Twitch giveaway. Alright, welcome back guys to our second game of the day, our second quarter final between Bang Esports and Dark Chaos. Of course, the one to watch is going to be Xerix when they do get connected back in, or if they change the icon. Interesting. I'm pretty sure that Xerix, I saw them connect to the game, but if they're not part of this second encounter between Bang and Dark Chaos, that's going to be pretty majorly impactful. Javan Gaming, I haven't had a chance to speak to Redu as of yet today, but I will be hopefully speaking to them once this tournament has been completed. There we go, I think Dark Xerix is having some connection issues, and without that, Bang Esports' chances rocket through the roof. We'll see how impactful it will be, and if Xerix can join back in once more. Let's see, so who's getting those early numbers? It's going to be Whiskey. Interesting. So far, Bang have kept it slow and steady. Of course, we know that Gasper is going to be a big part of proceedings. But actually remarkably even. And there we go, we have got the return of Xerix. 18 and 8 last time round. Actually getting tagged twice in the early going. Surprising. Let's see, so it's Kaizo stepping up into the breach here for Dark Chaos. We'll see what they've got for us. Gonna get taken out. So Bang? Well, so Bang got the chance to start off the game without Dark Xerix, but so far Dark Xerix hasn't been able to make the same kind of impact. Perhaps not as favoured on these more, well, fighting for this more open position, struggling to find targets. And looking up high, perhaps sensing there's some recon afoot. Doesn't quite manage to, there we go, sees it coming across, takes it out swiftly. Let's see. Alright, so the numbers. It is going to be Gasper once more for the Bang team. Probably going to be one of the ones who impresses the most quickly once more. Dead even, in fact, with the emphasis on dead. So Gasper and Whiskey, the big standouts. Golden and Kaizo. We haven't seen, I don't think we've seen Golden at least stand out so far. Let's see, they are... Aha! Javan Gaming. Well, enjoy the Mexico-South Korea game. And thank you for dropping by. We will be ending our first Twitch giveaway at the end of this series. So do get your entries in there while you can. Hashtag quarter on Modern Combat Twitch page, which is twitch.tv/Modern Combat. Hunter? Yes, the auto-aiming guns are banned. I will talk to Redu about it where Gameloft are on the lack at the moment, because I have to feel like while there's a lot of sniper rifles that are more or less replicate the BSW, I don't think there are many that replicate the LAC. So yes, just for the... I don't think the LAC is necessarily a bad weapon per se to have being everywhere, in the same way that the Dreadeye was. But it is kind of crowding out other choices. Alright, Xerix. Well, I was saying starting to come alive, but actually not so much. So Bang losing out a player means that Gasper's strong performance with the bright red lack signaling a very strong individual performance. Hunter, hi, hello. It's hashtag quarter on the Twitch page if you want to enter in for that one. So Bang Esports managed to catch up and take the lead for just a hot second against the international squad of Dark Chaos. Let's see. I think it's all going to come down to Gasper. Golden has been doing pretty well for Dark Chaos' side, and I suspect that it's going to be a very, very close end to this game. Do remember, Bang Esports need to win this game, and I'm BR coming in at the last second for Bang to bring up their numbers to a full 5. Does manage to get a kill, but Ra1 gets one for themselves. Hunter, it is hashtag quarter. As Frank takes down Ra1 and BR also gets a kill to equalize. Bang Esports take the lead thanks to that last kill coming through. BR has been very, very strong last minute substitute for Bang. Xerix does get one. Gets a little tagged on the backside of that, but still gets away. Kaizo and Deepat both with kills of their own. Dead even. We're coming up to 20 seconds remaining. Whiskey gets one. Deepak gets it traded back on Whiskey straight away, and it's still dead even. Coming up on 10 seconds for this second quarter final game. If Bang don't win here, they are done. Deepak getting tagged from long range means the score's going to tick over at the last second to the Italian squad, but no! Kaizo gets the last kill in the last possible moment. And we are 30 to 30. Whiskey wasting no time though. Lands that first kill. And it looks like Bang Esports are on the hunt. They want this second game. Ra1 gets a kill. MJN I think probably taken out and dropped. And it's going to turn into a 2v3. Whiskey does at least trade back to keep Bang competitive. But it's looking pretty shaky here. It's down to Frank and I'm BR, both with decent records. So Frank has died a whole bunch. Gets a chance at redemption here. Dodges that shot, gets overloaded. It's going to be down to I'm BR now as Golden takes that last kill. Frank dropping out of the game. 3v1. Last chance for Bang Esports. The only hope I think for BR is to try and divide and conquer the Dark Chaos team. And, oh, actually, there is a second Bang Esports player who I think was disconnected but didn't die. So MJN will have to try and link up. Does get a flank across onto the Dark Chaos members. Can they finalize the kill? No! Taken out by R1, but does give BR enough room to tie up the numbers. It's 1v1. It's time to duel. Wait, I tell a lie. Ra1 is still alive, but on minimal health. So it's 2v1 in favor of Dark Chaos. Oh boy, oh boy. BR up on high, but Dark Chaos know exactly where they are, which is, of course, the worst possible situation for the sniper. BR doesn't realize it, but could step out and take the kill with the back turned from the Dark Chaos member. I think it might be a trap, though, as Ra1 firing in from range. Going to go in with the full-on approach. Close quarters, fighting the dive across, going down into the low. Who's going to hit the shot? It's going to be Ra1. Dark Chaos go through to the semi-finals, and Bang Esports will be forced to take a knee. Oh boy, what a great quarterfinals to get us started for today. Right, let's sort ourselves out for our Twitch giveaway. Let's see, so our Twitch giveaway winners are Nishtag and Hunter956369. Please post your dog tags and platforms. So, Nishtag and Hunter, please post your dog tags and platforms on Twitch. We will be moving on to Facebook for our second giveaway. But for now, we'll head to break, and we'll catch you guys in just a little bit with our next monthly finals match. Alright guys, we have got our next match coming up, Dark Chaos versus Victory of Lords, that semi-final. Soon to be arriving on your screens, but if we can, if we dare, then we will try and fit in a community game beforehand. So if you're on iOS, please use the passkey ESL123 if you'd like to come and join in with our shenanigans today. Whew. Hey Ransom, good to see ya. So as always, if we do have the finals game get ready while we're in the process of getting set up here, I'm afraid we will have to abandon the ship. But that's why I hope you guys will get here soon so we can at least get the game started, if not necessarily finished. Who have we got today on my friends? On my friends! So I'll try not to grab too many people who might actually be in teams and maybe supposed to, you know, actually be playing today. Alright. Let's check out those invites and see if we can get a few of you guys in there. Whew. Ransom, you're busy right now. I see. Oh, that's too bad. Maybe you can make some new friends on the stream. Oh no. Does nobody want to play on Team Battle on Vantage? For shame. For shame. There we go, MIT. You are a first contender. We'll see if we can get enough to get started with. Ah, there we go. See some more bodies in. ... Scary face. Hey, Alex T. William. I don't know what it is you're saying, but they try and keep it civil in the old discourse. Don't have to give you the old admin slap to get you to behave. Alright, we've got a couple of folks in place. We'll see if we can grab a couple more and get ourselves started. Oh boy, why does everyone have to stay fighting on the chat? You should just, you guys, if you're going to have disagreements, you should deploy those to the battlefield. In fact, deploy those to this very game. Okay, it looks like we have got our key for our next one. So I'm going to start up this community game, which means that you can come and join it with ESL123 once it has begun, but we won't be able to show it on stream because we have got a tournament game to attend to, as I warned you about before. All Vines, you're downloading the game? Ah, that is good news. Hopefully you can come and join in one of these matches. T-Mobile, Counterfeit, and you carry? What? Also, hello T-Mobile, nice to see you. I'm not sure what you mean though. And you carry? Alright, so while we leave these guys to play, and this game will continue off stream, we will be departing for that tournament lobby, so excuse me a second while I do that. Let's see. So yes, Dark Chaos versus Victory of Lords coming up. And I've got a passkey, so let's make good use of that. Let's see. Hopefully everything is ready for us and we can jump right in. Suji Gabriel, a demonic presence is here! Oh no! Gina Sandoval, I'm glad to hear you love this game. 2 stars? 2 hearts out of 5? I'm not sure. Is that a lot or a little? It's hard to tell sometimes. So, Victory of Lords from France. Once more taking the field will be Dark Chaos, the international squad. I'll drop you guys into the lobby. And we shall see what the two teams have for us this time round. So, let's see. So we already know about Dark Chaos. They did... So, this is kind of nice because this is a grudge match between Dark Chaos and Victory of Lords. The last time Dark Chaos did really well was June Cup number 3 just recently. But in the finals of that June Cup, they lost out to their opponents here and now in this quarterfinals. Do let me get that changed over. Victory of Lords. So a chance for revenge. We'll see if they can take it and seize it for themselves. What else have we got? Let's see. So if we talk about Victory of Lords, they're a team from France who have done exceptionally well in the past, but this time round, they're coming in as our number 7 seed, so not as accomplished as they have been until the recent points. We'll see how they end up doing this time round, and if they can reclaim their top spot. So the Italians bang will swap out for Victory of Lords from France. Victory of Lords led up by Stress, the team owner. And Dark Love, the team owner of Dark Chaos. Whew. Alright, we should be getting started in just a moment. Running things behind the scenes, as always today, is our ever wonderful admins. Soldier Girl heading up all administrative operations today and making sure things run smooth as butter. So if you see Soldier Girl around the chat or in-game, please do let them know. I think we might be having the teams swapping sides. I'm not sure. It's a little confused to start off with. But I think we have got the guys in place. So if they start, then I guess we'll know what's happening. And I think that's exactly what's going to go on. So, welcome to the semi-finals. Game 1. Victory of Lords versus Dark Chaos. What do you guys think? Will Dark Chaos keep the momentum from their first round of competition? Or will the legacy of Victory of Lords, a team who've been around for an enormous amount of time, be too much to overcome? Shazam! Let's get it on. Vantage, our destination. Chaos. Lords. Darkness. Our ingredients for a good old time. Whew. Ransom players, you should know better than to say rude things about the ESL admins. That's not something we allow in the stream. Our ESL admins work tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure everything runs nice and smooth. And I think that's probably one of my only firm rules for the stream, is that we have to make sure that we are respectful of our admins at all times. Alright, so Victory of Lords do take the early lead, but Xerix, star player from the first round of competition, managed to pick off a kill. Off screen though, Zebra gonna lead a stampede of early points for Victory of Lords, looking pretty good with a high ground advantage secured, and I think Dark Chaos suffering a little bit due to a player not being able to connect to the game, and Victory of Lords not wasting any time whatsoever. So for any of you guys who didn't catch the beginning of the stream, what these teams are playing for is a share of a €500 prize pool and Invictus camo for the top 3 teams playing today. These monthly finals are a result of all 4 weekly tournaments leading up to them, and only the 8 best teams from those weekly tournaments can play in these finals and potentially get hold of that uber exclusive camo. If you ever see someone with the Invictus are in the place, you know that they are one of our most accomplished players. Stress up in the close quarters. Rapid fire. Uno finishing off the job. Deadly with that IMP. Takes out D-Pat as well as Dark Chaos seems to be more or less getting shut out. We have got the return of the 5th Dark player, but it's looking pretty terrible for them right now. D-Pat that are going to have half the team's kills themselves, but with Uno in play, that's not going to be enough. Perhaps Dark Chaos can stabilize now with a full roster on the field, but it's looking pretty shaky. The French team, I think, going to find their feet, going to find their confidence, and starts to get things rolling. So Victory of Lords beating out Score Gaming in their first match, their first quarter-finals. So that's a big scalp for them. Score Gaming made it all the way through to the grand finals before. Victory of Lords will have to carry on that legacy. And based on their current performance, they look to be in a good position to make it through to our grand finals today. We shall see, we shall see. Zebra does pick up one on D-Pat, and Stress continues to work their magic from close range. Ramon does at least get a kill back, and a second onto Zebra. Dark Chaos almost managing to find their feet there. Back up from D-Pat gets taken out while trading themselves across. It looks like things are starting to stabilize a little bit for Dark Chaos, but unfortunately for them, it's stabilizing in a position where they are 10 kills behind. Whew. Let's see, let's see. Less than 3 minutes for Dark Chaos to find 10 kills. Dark Love. Dark Love. Otherwise known as Love Ecstasy. The owner of Dark Chaos, I think, doing the best along with D-Pat for the team. But it's proving tough as the guns of Victory of Lords seem to be everywhere. And Dark Chaos struggling to put together that coherent attack that allows them to break through Victory of Lords' defensive line. Hunter, you're not a fan of a trinket? Oh. Let's see, so Xerix hasn't stepped up majorly, but Golden back in the fray. I do seem to remember that Golden are doing pretty well for Dark Chaos before. We'll see. Dark Chaos have managed to catch up a considerable amount, as D-Pat actually. And the rest of the Dark Squad have closed that distance. Were behind by 10 before, but now only 6. Well, Final's going to make that 7. 1 minute 20 left to play. Victory of Lords do find themselves in the position of being ahead for the vast majority of the game. And sometimes teams, when they're ahead, can get a little bit complacent. Final's certainly not going to suffer from that particular disease. As Golden dropping out once more. The connection issues for Dark Chaos. Very unfortunate, because it seems like it has stolen away any chance of them being able to stay competitive in this first semi-final game. Any team that makes it past the semi-finals is guaranteed a share of the pot. Second place takes home €150 between the team, €350 for the first place squad. D-Pat does get 2 there. Very impressive individual record so far, but dying a lot as well. Dark Chaos threatening to come back as Ra1 deploys the shots, but Victory of Lords so close. And there we go, ran away with the early game. And it will mean first point to Victory of Lords. Alright, well there you go. Uno, a lot of kills, a lot of deaths. I think it's Final really the one to point out here. 11 and 5, very impressive stuff. D-Pat, 16 and 14, oh boy. That's not really what you want when you are a team that is behind. But for now, we will head to break. Our second semi-finals beckons. And we'll see you guys there in just a few minutes. Oh, do bear in mind our Facebook giveaway will be over soon. So get your entries in there while you can. And we'll hopefully be awarding you credits in just a little bit. Welcome back, guys, for our second semi-final between Dark Chaos and Victory of Lords. Let's get it on! As we head out on to Scramble, it looks like we've got all 5 Dark Chaos players in the mix this time round. We'll see who's able to make the most impact. Certainly D-Pat managed to get a lot of kills last time round, but also a lot of deaths. The player we'll be definitely looking out for in this one is Final. Ended out with the best individual record from last time round. Though Uno did pick up a lot of kills, they also picked up a lot of deaths. John Smith, happy to see you again. Hashtag Semi on Facebook if any of you guys would like to join in on that one. If Victory of Lords win out this next game, the Facebook giveaway will be over. Over! So, get in while you can. So far, kills have gone across to Uno, sporting the Hacksaw X cat face. As Xerix does pick up a couple of kills. We're waiting to see Xerix return to form, and perhaps Scramble will be the place for them to do so. Interesting. Wow, Xerix is going off in the early going. From that game against Bang, they ended out 18 and 8. It looks like they might be returning to form right is now. Uno does get a couple of kills off the backside, but Xerix keeps the points flowing with 2/3 of the Dark Chaos points on one player. That's a lot of pressure on Xerix's shoulders, but perhaps based off their previous performance they will be up to shouldering it. Uno keeping a wary eye across the battlefield. Not actually up on high, surprisingly, but working down from close quarters. Ransom plays. You like seeing the imps on the battlefield? Well, who doesn't, honestly? Who doesn't? Golden, one of the players we were hoping to see from last time around. Back in circulation. But I think it's going to be almost entirely due to Xerix's performance that Dark Chaos stay very competitively. Hunter, there's been a teaser for a new class over on Facebook. A dual-wielding gunner. Interesting. I hope we'll find out more soon. Let's take a look across the battlefield. As we can see, the grouping up here of Dark Chaos as they move into close quarters. Whew. Xerix still going off. Will finally get taken down by Zebra. But it almost feels like it's... Well, I mean, Golden certainly is getting some kills in. Let's see. So Golden, yes, Golden is backing up Xerix, while Vol as a team are performing strongly. Xerix does go down to make, and it's going to be the wish of Victory of Lords that they stay out of circulation for as long as possible. Stress Pit takes out Xerix. 3 minutes left to play. D-Pat keeps Dark Chaos ahead. The Kiddo going down to Stress, the team owner of Victory of Lords, who is putting up a... Well, it's going to be the breakout player for Victory of Lords as they manage to actually equalize. And we're starting to see Dark Chaos press back very much literally into a corner here. Xerix goes down. Stress taken out though, and Dark Love able to pick up the pieces. Let's see if we can find ourselves the appropriate camera. I've got it entirely the wrong way. Yes. To see the fighting happening. as we can follow it going in here. And we've got Victory of Lords trying to take a defensive position inside. Zebra picking up one. Going to rush out from the side to try and catch Dark Chaos coming in. But the French team have fallen behind by a small amount with 2 minutes left to play. Saludos. Saludos. Hunter, it was a 2D teaser of the dual-wielding gunner. But even now, you're in love. Well, I'm glad to hear. Devon Gaming and Dulzy, nice to see you, nice to see you. Dulzy, I'm afraid the Twitch giveaway has already concluded. It's Facebook that you need to be on right now. Gideon Johnson, why none of them play with the Vice or Dreadeye? That's a good question, Gideon. The reason is because prestige weapons are banned out in ESL competition. Because everybody, and I mean literally everybody, used to play with the Dreadeye. So in order to encourage diversity, prestige weapons were banned away. However, as you can see here, it's the results, well, I mean, over time, teams will tend to gravitate towards whatever the most effective strategy is. I mean, that's what meta means, most effective tactic available. And the meta seems to have shifted and settled or rather, yeah, primarily settled into the lack, and snipers in general being the way to go. Victory of Lords, thanks to Stress and Make, managing to catch up in the last part. MC5 Direct, we do play on PC, but this one is just iOS for the time being, at least. Android will be joining a little way down the line, though that's still to be confirmed exactly when. Gideon Johnson, LAC isn't an auto-aim gun, it's just a very rapidly firing gun. As Victory of Lords, thanks to Zebra, managed to pick up an enormous lead in the last part of the game. Extremely important, breaking away from Dark Chaos. Xerax, even with an astonishing amount of kills, also this time has an astonishing amount of deaths. Oh boy! I think Stress is going to pick up the MVP nod from that one. As I have to feel like Xerax was going off crazy big. Whew. Still, Stress and the rest of the team picking up the slack right at the end. I think Dark Chaos missing out on a player right at the end there was crucially important, but that does mean Victory of Lords are going to our finals today. I'm just going to let Soldier Girl know. I thought almost certainly we're going to be seeing a comeback coming through there. That's got to be bitterly disappointing for the Dark Chaos team, who definitely looked like they had the capability, but unfortunately technology, as it so often will do, letting them down this time around, and hopefully we will see the return of Dark Chaos many more times. For now though, we'll sort ourselves out with a Facebook pair. So, our Facebook winners are Adil Salim and Ram GC. Adil Salim and Ram GC, if you could post your dog tags and your platforms into the Facebook comments, we'll get you marked down. The next match is going to be Destiny versus Cold Practice, so we should have the other semi-final for you. So stay tuned, and we'll be back soon. More Modern Combat 5 coming your way. Alright guys, we return. Our second semi-finals starts now as the two Saudi Arabian teams, Cold Practice and Destiny, go head to head. Now Destiny come in as our #1 seed today, as mentioned before, unbeaten for quite a long time, except for just recently taking a big loss to Victory of Lords. If Destiny make it through this round, they will get their chance at revenge. Cold Practice stand in their way though. A team who have been a absolutely fighting force to be reckoned with, going up against the very best teams, and honestly most recently losing rather than winning. But there's a reason why they've made it to this point. They have been punching up for quite some time, and I think they might be ready to try and take the big stage as Legend takes out Devon. And Devon said before this even started to watch how they were doing. Getting taken out is not the way to get on camera. Lunatic, a very common sight at the top of the scoreboards. Yes, Lopa Karim, the dual weapon, should be very interesting. Be looking out for more information about that. Oh, there we go, Devon. Let's see. Aha, Al Devon. Promised to be a major force with the BSW in this match, and is, despite a bit of a interesting start to proceedings, is mostly living up to that. So Ram GC over on the Facebooks, need your dog tag and your platform, that is iOS, PC or Android. If we don't have your platform, then I'm afraid your dog tag won't be any good. So we'll need both those pieces of information. So that's Adil, Salim and Ram GC. So please post your dog tags and your platforms on Facebook. It looks like our Twitch, well, only one of our Twitch giveaway winners responded. So if you aren't Hunter, you can head on to the twitch.tv/Modern Combat, type in #quarter there, and I'll redraw the Twitch giveaway second winner in just a little bit. We will be moving on to Mob Crush for our next giveaway, so keep your eyes peeled for information about that. Should be starting shortly. That will be #semi as well. As Lunatic picks up one more. The practice squad, I imagine, to more or less keep pace with Destiny, as Devon, well, has picked up a lot of kills, but since we last checked in, hasn't managed to break away from the almost even kill death ratio. It's gonna be Russell, I guess? Yeah. Let's drop in with them. 12 and 6 so far, who is really impressing. Yes, Rustrel, apparently is how they actually say that name. And good God, Destiny with, I think, almost an ace there on Cold Practice, tears away the veils of reality and gives Cold Practice a cold shower. Cold Practice have to be aware they are going up against the tournament favourites in this semi-final. They need to give it absolutely everything if they want to stand a chance. Hoo boy. Let's check in with Nightmare. Talk about run and gun, running right past several members of Cold Practice. Somehow still alive, going for the knife kill on Asta, while Lunatic able to take out Rustle. And Nightmare goes down as well. Cold Practice starting to come back a little bit, but it's still going to be a long way to go as Devon and the rest of the team continue to look extremely strong. But I think it is going to be Rustrel we need to keep our eyes most closely on, as MOV blows themselves up What in the world? Emily Williams, I'm glad you are enjoying this match because it's been a pretty fierce showing from both sides, but Destiny look to take this one pretty darn definitively. I think Russell's going to end it out as our MVP, as Cold Practice lose out by 16. I don't think I've seen that one before. Alright, so there you go. Russell can now take our MVP slot with 15 and 10. Very nice stuff, very nice. But Asta doing very well over on the Cold Practice team, or Cold Hearted team, as they might have otherwise been known under different circumstances. So, even though it was a 16-point win, I don't know. I still hold out hope for Cold Practice. They might be able to fight their way back in. Let me just update the details on the stream for our next giveaway. So, Facebook is officially over. Now, it's all about the mob crushes. Let's just see. That looks like that's all good. So, hashtag semi into the mob crush chat if you'd like to enter in for that one. And we'll be right back in just a few minutes. Welcome back everybody for our second encounter between the two Saudi Arabian squads, Destiny Red and Cold Practice. Of course, this is not a practice game, it is for reals! These two teams competing for their share of 500 euros. Whichever team makes it through this semi-finals, which is looking like it is likely to be Destiny. With that game 1 win, we'll get that chance at getting those big Euro prize pool. We'll see if Cold Practice can change their fate. Lunatic getting the first kill is certainly going to help things somewhat, as Legend will get taken down, but Lunatic able to avenge them instantly. So for any of you guys who'd like to pick up some quick credits, we did not have a response over on Twitch, so put in hashtag quarter to the Twitch chats to get the entry in for the last remaining spot. And we may need to do the same for Facebook, since I think the Facebook winner did not respond. One of the Facebook winners did not respond either. Cold Practice actually looking pretty good here. Now we're on to Scramble. As, yeah, the whole team performing pretty darn well. Let's see. So, Asta and Lunatic both picking up a lot of kills in the early going. So yes, so any of you guys who are watching who are wondering how to join in, I'm afraid that these matches are tournament matches, so the way to join them is to join a team and win your way up through the weekly tournaments to get to this invitational, which is taking place right now. We will, if we don't get a chance to do another community game before the finals ends, we will do one at the end for you guys to play in. Whew. Airstrike coming in. And we'll award a couple of kills across the Cold Practice. Devon taken down as well. Did manage to at least take one with. But yeah, really impressive stuff from the Cold Practice team. They are stepping up so much bigger in game number 2. In game 1 they lost out by I think 16 kills. To be winning at this point is just crazy. Cold Practice coming to this as our number 4 seed. Do remember, the Destiny coming in as our number 1, only with a recent loss to Victory of Lords, a blemish on an otherwise untouched record for quite some time. Destiny are our powerhouse team playing today, but somehow, some way, Lunatic and the rest of the Cold Practice squad are not only matching them blow for blow in this second game, but are taking the lead by a pretty considerable margin. Now up 10 kills over Destiny. I don't even know what's causing this, but Lunatic leading the charge. Wow, it's me, with a very strong record as well. Close range fighting turns brutal. Of course, Cold Practice can afford to indulge in 1-for-1 trades when they are this far ahead. They only accelerate the end of the game and an equalization of this series. Hunter, I think you are right. There's every chance we'll be going to a third semi-final game and a switch to the rush game mode, going on how well Cold Practice are playing out. This one nearly up to 40 kills already. And I'm really impressed by the turnaround here. Let's see, who's performing. So it's, well, I guess Devon has the most kills for Destiny, but just can't stop dying. Lunatic joined Cold Practice team. You need to start watching MC5 streams again. Well, there you go. I think that's the whole thing. The fluidity of some of these rosters does lead to some very surprising developments, and Cold Practice Lunatic is going off big time in this game. Getting the nice 2-to-1 kill to death ratio. And hey, it's looking like that 10 kill advantage we talked about before It's going to more or less remain in place. Lunatic picks up the last kill, and this time it's Cold Practice winning by 11. What a swingy semi-finals, but what a great one as well, and that means that we have got a third game in store for you guys. So please do stay tuned. We will have that as soon as possible. Mob Crush giveaway remains in place for now. YouTube will start when the finals begins, but for now it's all about Cold Practice versus Destiny, the deciding game coming up next. Welcome back, everybody. We have got ourselves Rush on the plate between Cold Practice and Destiny. Now, Cold Practice surprising us in our last game with a fantastic performance, in large part thanks to Lunatic and Asta, who both did fantastically well. But on this Rush game mode, the teams will be truly tested, elimination style. And speaking of, wow, it's me taken out early. Looks like Cold Practice have had some connection issues getting into the game. Oh yes, Hunter, do let me update the bracket there because it needs to be manually updated, so I'll just do that now. Let's see. Okay, yep, should be up to date now. And there we go, first round goes to Destiny. We'll see if Cold Practice can rally their troops. And it looks like they are at least managing to get back in for the second round. It would be a heartbreaker for the Cold Practice squad after the last round performance to miss out on the grand final spot because their players just weren't there to play. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Lunatic gets one. Both Legend and Lunatic on the field. I think Asta's one of the strongest players for Cold Practice is one of the ones not in circulation as Devin picks up a kill, is up on high, so far untouched. And it's looking like a dark day for Cold Practice squad. Lunatic able to get one, but I think the end is more or less inevitable here, and there we go. Cold Practice taking out Asta, managing to join for the third part of this Rush game mode, but Cold Practice now need to win 3 in a row. Destiny have run roughshod over the Cold Practice team in the time that the Cold Practice were not able to connect. It's quite an ask. Destiny only need to win one more time, and of course, with this being Rush mode, every round one allows better and better upgrades for the team, as Legend is the first casualty of this third decisive round. Relay is up for grabs. We have Lunatic going in there trying to sneak it away, but this could be dangerous even if you are in control of the relay. Rustle able to get through multiple kills. Lunatic able to get one back, but Cold Practice, they may have won the battle but lost the war there, as Lunatic now has to face down multiple members of Destiny. And that is it. Cold Practice, what a heartbreaker, what a performance from Cold Practice, but they will not see our finals today. Destiny take all 3 points in a row. They are going to face off against Victory of Lords in our grand finals. Whew. Sultan and Russell and Devon all going off crazy big, but oh man, that is such a disappointment for Cold Practice. They fought so harshly, but won't be rewarded this time round. Alright. I'm gonna let Soldier Girl know what's going on. Excuse me. And we will draw our Mob Crush winners. So, hey Hamaldi, what's up? Let's see, so let's see. Okay, our Mob Crush winners will be Hunter 956012 and MC5 Gamer Pro. So if you guys could post your details into the Mob Crush chat, we will be moving on to YouTube for our final giveaways of the day. So congratulations, guys. Rebillet, yes, I'm sorry you didn't win this time. We will still have that last giveaway on on YouTube for the last part of the broadcast today. So please do come and enter in for that one. For now though, we'll be heading to break and we'll catch you guys in just a little bit. Alright guys, welcome back once more. So we have a chance before our grand finals get started to take a look and see how we have gotten to this point. Let me just get that ready for y'all. So, Destiny beating out Oh My God in the first round and the Cold Practice team. Unfortunate for them that their internet connection did get in the way of what could have been a very good game number 3, but still congratulations to them for making it through to the semis, especially against a team as strong as Destiny. Across on the other side of the brackets, Victory Lords did take their first game against Score Gaming, our number 2 seed today, and then a strong victory over Dark Chaos as well. Now we get the rematch between Destiny and Violence in the last round. And I think, yes, we have got our pass key for our last round of competition. Let's see. Right, we'll be able to get into our first of the best of 5 games in just a second, I suspect. Let's see. Alright, so I think that's still setting up the lobby. Whew. So let's just recap a little bit before we get into things. Between where we stand between the two teams. So, let's see. So, Victory of Lords led up by Stress, who was we've already seen attain MVP status on the stream in the first game of their semi-finals. Victory of Lords, fresh off their recent win against Destiny in the regular weekly competition, certainly have the momentum heading in here. Let's just see if I can. I've typed it in wrong. Well, they might have remade the lobby to something else. I'll check. Anyway, back to where we were. So yes, Victory Lords with a strong showing this time round do somewhat make up for their weekly performance, which has been less impressive than we're used to from Victory of Lords. If they can come back here, then they will do well. Armando Sanabria, not a fan of the Victory of Lords team, I can tell. Rebille. MC5 to Haxel, you want to give your giveaway to Rebille as well? Well, I never. Well, Rebille, if you can give your details over, then we'll get you marked down for apparently both giveaways. So, there you go. No way, Gaki. How's it going? I'm doing great. How's stuff with you, Gaki? Right, I will get our pre-game set up in just a second. Looks like Destiny will be playing it over on the red side, whereas Victory of Lords over on the blue. Let's see. I see MC5 to Haxel. You're referring to your Mod Crush giveaway only. I see. Alright. Rebille. Got your dog tag. We'll need your platform as well, though. What a great username. Alright, just noting you down for both of them as a donation. Alright, Rebille, if you can give me your platform as well, then we'll get you in place. And of course, while we're getting that all sorted out, let's make sure we have got everything in place for this one. So Victory of Lords over on the blue from France against the Saudi Arabian Destiny Red. And of course, it is our grand finals rather than our semi-finals right now, so I'll get that corrected. And we will be getting it started with that shortly. I think the teams are almost ready. There we go. So we'll be heading out to the museum for our first game of our grand finals. Hope you guys enjoy it just as much as I'm gonna. As we get to see a grudge match, a rematch, and potentially an upset. In the game one. Coming up. Alright. First night at the museum. Hamodi, yes. So, as Hunter is saying, you can only get the Invictus from coming first, second, or third in these monthly finals. So, both Victory of Lords and Destiny are guaranteed it for themselves, along with the third place team that is yet to be determined. Of course, some of these teams, well, certainly Destiny, very used to being up at the very top. As Devon is doing very well in the early going, but we know that Uno, reliable for pumping out kill after kill. Rabile, what was your platform? Yeah, I noticed you post your dog tag, but you... Oh, there you go. M5 Gamer Pro is going to ask you to get that clarified. So, it is going to be Al Devin X doing fantastically in the early going. That BSW, I think that's already Invictus camo that Devon is wearing here for good reason. Hashtag Funnels on the YouTube page if you want to join in over there. Funnel does get one back. As Victory Lords punch their way back into proceedings. Stress rocking the recon this time round with a cup already on their gun. Evidently coming to this one pretty darn persuasive. But that last exchange does favour Destiny pretty darn heavily. Make gonna get cut down by the Sultan in the short engagement just there. And of course, any engagement when you are dealing with multiple recons is gonna be short. Stiari using the slack grenades to get the shots through. Ah yes, Rebele, thank you for your details. So you're on iOS. Excellent, excellent. I will put you down for both things. Over on Mob Crush. So yes, YouTube our last giveaway. But let's focus on the game itself. Who's the big numbers? It's still going to be Al Devon, who did just get taken down, but is back up, of course, swiftly. And yes, guys, do head over to YouTube if you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, or Mob Crush, because that's where the numbers are. That's where the giveaway is right now. And that giveaway will be over when we have a winner here. Certainly, the opening salvo on the museum favouring Destiny considerably. But what could come next? Victory of Lords falling further behind, perhaps conserving their strength for a future game. This one looking pretty firmly in control of Destiny. T-Mobile sad aim of stress with Morph. Oh boy, harsh, but well. Stress is, well, on the recon this game for the most part that I've seen, doing relatively well. Last couple of kills coming in for Destiny. It's looking like the... Despite how well Cold Practice did in that other game, they have not been shaken at all by the possibility of not making it to these finals. And there we go, final kill comes in for Sultan. And that's a pretty solid win. Alright, so 50 to 31. Let's go back and check. So it's going to be Devon, 17 and 8, but also Sultan, and Whew. And Founcy. All with extremely strong scores. So there you go, guys. Very, very strong opening salvo from Destiny, but we're anything but done. Please do stay tuned. We will be back shortly with our second game of our Grand Finals coming up shortly. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears before Destiny bite them off. Wah! Our Grand Finals Round 2 begins here. Best of 5, Destiny already with one game in hand. Look to be setting themselves up well for the best shot at that €350 first place prize. Of course, both these teams guaranteed some kind of payout, but the difference between first and second, €200. So a lot on the line. Construction site, our newest destination. We'll see if Victory of Lords can step up here. Last time round, honestly, a very strong performance from multiple members of the Destiny squad. But Devon, really the one to watch out for this time round. Of course, as we say that, going to get cut to pieces. So it's Devon, the team captain of Destiny, Sultan, the team manager, who at least themselves is doing well, and Fancy, who is playing in our #1 position today, and wow, doing amazingly, 5-0 so far, fighting from range as the recon, not usually what you'd expect to see, but hey, working out relatively well so far. Still Fancy with a very, very strong record, even with that last death coming through. Now Devon finds a couple more, taking the fight in very close quarters. Uno able to get that pick off there. The Imp still in full effect. MC5 attacks, I probably won't do Capture the Flag just because I don't feel like Capture the Flag is honestly the most fun of the game modes at the moment. But thank you for the suggestion. Big Gorilla, glad to see you joining us over from the Twitch page. Hope you will enjoy, because this is going to be do or die time for Victory of Lords. If they can't win out here, then the finals may well be out of reach for them. If Fancy continues on their reign of terror, which they do not, Uno cuts them down just like that. Snicker-snack. Victory of Lords keep themselves competitive for the time being, only behind by 1. If Victory Lords win out here, they more or less reset our Grand Finals. I mean that both teams have to win 2, but losing here would be crippling for Victory of Lords' chances, as Destiny managed to get a pick off there. Uno able to take out Devon. We know that Fancy is the fountain of youth for Destiny. Yeah. Able to operate from both short and long ranges. Devon and Sultan both managed to get killed through. Destiny building up a big old head of steam. Now ahead by 8. Victory of Lords, up until this point, have been able to keep things under control, but control may have just been swept away. DRA working their magic in the close quarters. Uno and Make do manage to get 2, and Uno with 1 more, and make that a 3rd as Uno pops off that Imp red hot right now for Victory of Lords. But there's going to be a lot of work done to try and salvage. Zebra with some nice close range work, rocking out the recon and taking out Fancy as well. Victory of Lords starting to catch up. Zebra down low, they're going to be forced out of the fight for a little bit, and of course the recon going to suffer as it has to get up close. Or at least we think it would have to get up close to get the kill through. Victory of Lords are catching up though. Only 3 away with 3 minutes and change left to play. Zebra getting tagged from long range, burning down. Won't quite get finished off though. Let's turn our eyes elsewhere, as Funnel manages to get 1 more kill through. Still Destiny ahead by 3. Now the 3 minutes attending. Uno gets 1. Final gets another. So close, but Nightmare going to provide more fuel to the fire as Destiny still keep themselves in the lead. 3 ahead. So close. Victory of Lords can almost taste it, but also so very close to tasting defeat. Make does able to take out Fancy, but the strong performances all over the board from Destiny may be too much to deal with. Victory of Lords now ahead by 5. Make that 6. Devon does get taken out while Fancy gets 2. And I think Victory of Lords, despite an enormous fight, could well be looking down the barrel of 2 games in the hands of Destiny. Last 2 minutes. Stress does get one, but it's looking like Sultan's gonna be riding out this last part of the game in style. Victory Lords one very last chance. Uno may get one more stress as well. It's going down to the wire here. Uno gets one more kill, and it's 1 kill from either side will determine who will be taking either the lead. And Victory of Lords have done it. Uno with the last second kill puts Victory of Lords over the edge. This series is now tied up 1-1. Oh boy. What a fantastic game, and what a step up for Uno. Definitely our MVP of that last round. When it counts, able to put down the hurt. So, Uno apiece. Destiny, Victory of Lords. Game 3 of our grand finals coming up. Get your YouTube entries in while you can. That will be over when our when our finals are concluded. But for now, we have many more games coming your way, so stay tuned. Grand finals, next game coming up soon. Welcome back now, y'all. It is game number 3. Victory of Lords have shown that they can tango with Destiny in large part thanks to the performance of Uno in that last game. This could be a very different situation if Victory of Lords had not won out. We could be looking at a Destiny almost ready to win the first place and those 350 euros. Instead, it's up in the air. Anyone can win. But with Victory of Lords only having 3 players connected, I'm certain they'll want to try and slow this game down as much as they can until they can get their other bodies back in place. Final. They go out, pick up the first blood, gonna try and turn it into a second. Very bold play. I think perhaps a little too bold. Ultimately ends up costing them 2 apiece. Victory of Lords playing fast and loose with a reduced roster. As Uno comes back in, the hero from last round, the Imp, of course, grasped, ready and waiting to make the punish. Spots the target, but will get instead taken out by Nightmare. Victory of Lords back in with their full roster now. We'll see what they can do with the numbers. Zebra able to pick up one from range, but Diari doing a number with that slack, taken out on the back end, not able to disengage successfully. Now we'll just see if we can check in with Diari again. Fancy doing some nice work from long range with a BSW, and also honestly short range as well, as Uno I think got a little overwhelmed by the amount of targets on offer. Victory Lords starting to fall behind here, as Final able to use the doorway to good effect. Will be able to disengage thanks to Zebra getting up that kill, as Victory Lords trying to hold on to the far eastern quadrant of the map. It is going to be a tough one to defend, certainly a lot more open than the western one, which is usually where people will go for if they're going to go for that kind of thing. And I think that's at least partially why Destiny are able to punish so heavily. Devin with an extremely nice airstrike does get punished off the tail end, but it's looking like it could well be all Destiny's game right now. The strategic choice made by Victory of Lords just not panning out for them whatsoever. And I'm honestly surprised to see Victory of Lords kind of stick to their guns here and try and continue on this line of play when it's going so poorly for them. Make will go out. I don't know. Let's have a look, actually. I don't think Make's actually picked up a kill as of yet. It's having an absolutely terrible game. We know Make is actually a pretty decent player, but not having so much fun on the streets, as it's looking like Victory Lord's going to get wiped off the field, or nearly entirety. Zebra does get a nice pick off with the sniper. Has had a very strong game, actually, Zebra, but Founcy has had an even stronger one with their own imp ready and able to make that punish with a delayed shot. Sultan picks up another, and Victory Lords can't even get out of this back corner. I think it feels like they've been kind of thrown off by the rough start to the game as Make picks up their first kill. And have never really recovered. Uno in the right place at the right time, able to go around and get the flank on. 3 kills come through for Victory Lords, but it's vastly too late for them to salvage this third Grand Finals game. Destiny absolutely on fire. Fancy, I think, is going to make our MVP from this time round. There was a pretty darn close thing with Devon. Got a lot of kills, a lot of deaths as well. I think Victory Lords more or less conceding across as the last kill will be shortly arriving. There we go. Sultan, they want to claim it for themselves. 50-23. A return back to the first game, perhaps. But Streets definitely not Vol's map this time round. So yes, so Fancy gonna be the MVP from that round, definitely for sure. 12-6, very impressive. But actually, no, to be fair, Sultan 9-2. Oh boy, a nightmare. Well, we'll have to stop somewhere, won't we? Game 4 of the Grand Finals will be coming up, but Destiny sees the lead, and they do so very definitively. Could just be one more game coming up, so get your entries in while you can, and we'll be back in 7 minutes or less. Welcome back everybody for what could easily be our last game today. Destiny, after a crushing Game 3 victory, now only have to win one more time to become our champions. Victory of Lords over on the red, Destiny over on the blue. I think last time round Victory of Lords made a decision to try and lock down the far east of the map. It did not work for them at all. Hopefully a change of venue will be what they need. I say hopefully because I'm hoping we'll get a 5-game series out of these guys. It's been fantastic so far. And Uno, the hero of game number 2 of this finals, gets the first 2 kills for Victory of Lords. So a much better start for them. Big Gorilla, hopefully you and Arcane Gaming and everyone else watching will enjoy this grand finals, because it should be a lot of fun. Uno taking some fire, isn't actually with the rest of the Victory of Lords teams, going out on a little bit of a solo sniping mission. As the last player comes in for Destiny, Uno gets a flank through, doesn't manage to land the first shot though, and will get punished for it, giving the first kill across to Destiny. I don't know about Uno trying to play rogue sniper away from the rest of the team. It works as long as Uno is receiving support from the rest of the Victory of Lords team, but not if the rest of the team is hiding, because then it effectively becomes Uno versus the entirety of Destiny. I mean, it's working relatively well so far, but I'd love to see the rest of the French team come up and support. Final does get a pick off. Victory of Lords looking good. As far as I'm aware, guys, yes, I believe that the Sapper is able to use the AAW1, but I suspect it might end up being banned if it became popular. But yeah, I don't know, if you guys have a look, as far as I'm aware that's the case, but I'm fully prepared to be wrong. Let's see, so currently banned stuff is Commander, Class, Paragon and Commando Armor, Concussion Grenades, Shoulder Gun, Prestige Weapons, and the SLS and MUC. So, as far as I can tell, I'm right on that one, but if you guys can find something else that I've missed, then let me know. Uno definitely shouldering the weight of the team's expectations so far, with nearly all, well, 5/6 of the Victory of Lords score relying on this imp spotting out a target. Won't quite manage to land that shot. I think a little bit of terrain getting in the way. Let's see how things are lying. So it's much more even over on the Destiny side. We know that Founcy has a very good idea where their next target lies. Destiny trying to stabilize. Victory of Lords trying to pick off and just keep building. Yes, Dulzy, you are correct. The AAW is an auto-aim weapon. I think literally the only reason why it hasn't been banned out is because people haven't been using it. And I guess because it's tier 1. Though it may still be a decent weapon. Uno gonna come around the side, trying to do some sniping with the pistol. It's working remarkably well. 8 and 3 so far. We'll find another target as Vici able to join in some of the fun. Will get cut down from long range. Let's see, who are the players we should be watching over? So it is going to be Devin, who gets a shot right down the barrel from Make, as Uno has just escaped out of the back of that last trade. Vici is doing extremely well. 4 and 1 so far. Really starting to step up the pace. Victory of Lords building themselves up a pretty hefty 8-kill advantage, as Uno continues to be a thorn in the side of Destiny. I think this is definitely going to be playing it to Victory of Lords' strengths here. Where Scramble definitely a map where snipers can shine, especially Uno, adventurous beyond belief, flanking over and over again with minimal support from the rest of the team, but somehow, some way, still making it work. I think certainly the hope of Victory of Lords still lies with Uno, though Vici doing very, very well themselves, keeping those numbers that looking extremely good. Take a look at Nightmare. Doing alright so far, but I think it is going to be Devon, if anyone. Oh boy. The kills just keep on coming. And Victory of Lords. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to have a quick check and see what the last map is going to be, because I think we can almost pretty much call this one right now for Victory of Lords. They've been doing fantastically well. Conversion will be the last map played if we get there, and I think it's very likely we'll get there, but it's not guaranteed by any means. Conversion not going to be, I would say, as sniper favored as Scramble is, so I don't know, honestly. But Victory of Lords, if you're going to go into a Game 5 of a Grand Final, what better way to do it than to win out Game 4 by a huge margin. I think this might actually be the most, or at least close to the most, devastating victory of this finals. Vision 301, good to see you, as well as Mornus. Dulzy, I strongly suspect that the main problem people have with the lack is just the rate of fire being very, very high, so it's very forgiving. I know, personally speaking, I always thought the idea of sniper rifles would be that if you headshotted someone, it would be an auto kill, but I wouldn't. It seems to be much more the case that hitting someone at all is an auto kill, which seems a little strange to me. There we go, Vici gets the last kill in, and that's a 21 kill advantage. Really impressive stuff. Not as strong as the crushing victory for Destiny in the last round, but still, Scramble very definitively in favour of Victory of Lords. We will be headed to break. Do get your last entries in on on YouTube, and do remember not to get yourself disqualified by making multiple entries. But we will have a rush game to determine who will the winner be. 2 points apiece. Victory of Lords versus Destiny Red. Coming up next. Welcome back, everyone. Bienvenido a todos. Let's get it started. Let's see. I'll just need to get the names fixer up here. But we have got Destiny playing over on the blue side. Victory of Lords over on the red. One game to determine who our champion will be. Destiny out for revenge. Victory of Lords, well, it's the clues in the name. They're just here to win. What a comeback it has been for Victory of Lords. Thanks in large part to Uno's sterling performance. Certainly the strength of the Victory of Lords squad coming from their sniper base. We'll see how well they're able to leverage that sniping power. Now we're in rush mode and every shot, every kill counts. Amanula, how's it going? Amanula, if it's been 3 or 4 weeks and you haven't received your credit arenas, if you could post your dog tag and platform, and I'll pass them across the community manager to have a look into. Early exchange of grenades takes stress down low, but not to an early grey. Very close thing though. Whew. We have got a flank coming around from Nightmare. I think he's going to catch the Victory of Lords team off guard most likely. Oh, well, no, actually not the case. Vici taking down the kill there as Final almost killed. But now it's going to be 3 versus 4 Sultan. And Devin gonna maybe take... No, sorry, it's 3 versus 5 as Uno gets another kill through. Sultan does get one onto Vici, but Uno is there on the point. Devin able to strip down the numbers. His capture gonna go a lot faster with a body as we've got the rush in from Sultan. He's going to drop down into the center of the Victory of Lords lineup. Turns all the way around, but it's the wrong way. The capture is there, and first point of rush to Victory of Lords. This is a mini best of 5 in of itself. The Victory of Lords have the advantage now. Every round, a little bit like some other first-person shooters, you can get currency, or intel as it's known in this one, to buy upgrades. So Victory of Lords will hold on to those upgrades until their players die. So winning out the first round while keeping their players intact is the best possible outcome to this early going. As I like the strategies from Destiny, they tried to go for multiple flanks. It didn't quite work out. Because the most important thing when you are attacking from multiple angles is you've got to make sure your pressure comes at the same time. If it doesn't, the opposing team can just turn around and deal with your team piecemeal. Kill now players, I'm not sure what you mean with the bolt action BSW after shooting the bullets. I don't know if there's some kind of animation cancelling they're doing, but I'm afraid I don't know. Let's bring up the map and see how this initial engagement is going. So, we've got the capture on the point by Destiny, which means we need to see Victory of Lords move out. This isn't like a normal game you see on Conversion where you can stay back. The relay forces the movement. Uno going to go up the stairs. Manages to take out Diari. He's going to go 2v1. Dropping down, just gets tagged, does that a little bit. And of course, with the explosive bolts can fire through the floor, it's 2 versus 3. Uno the one to go onto the point. Going to try and draw out Devin and the other Destiny members. It's dangerous to leave the relay in the hands of Destiny, of course. Because once the time runs out, then so will luck. And it's actually going to be Uno all by themselves. Sultan's going to go for the mantle, waiting for the perfect moment, shooting from up on high. Doesn't manage to land for the kills, but Devin does. Uno goes down. Victory of Lords divided attention. Didn't send all of their members to go for the capture. Instead, tried to split off and eliminate Destiny. Tried to have their cake and eat it. By not only getting the relay, but also killing all of the Destiny members. It just did not work. Uno needs to be part of the equation, or that equation will be null and void. Final gets the first shot through. So everything I said before about the Victory of Lords having the advantage, because of getting wiped out, all those power-ups have gone away. Okay, gaming BSW shouldn't be a shotgun, but it is. Well, I wrote down the idea that you guys had about reducing the run and gun potential on the snipers, because I think that makes sense. Well, I will ask Redu if that's a possibility, because I think that would be a generally good thing for snipers in general. That the idea that running and gunning isn't viable, because it does seem weird. It definitely doesn't remotely reflect reality. As it's looking like Victory of Lords have got a pretty good handle on this third round of Rush. Sultan and Foe up on the top floor with a good way to shout down. Fancy is facing down a capture point though, and Final gets the kill. It's going to be down to Sultan to make the last rush in. Does have a good advantage, good place to shoot down from with excellent defense, but the flank comes through while Sultan is reloading, able to take out Make, but the time is running low. Sultan needs to go for the contest now, otherwise this is over. Can they 2v1? Final goes down. Surely they can't win out here, but it's looking like it might happen. Sultan down very low, and there we go. Victory of Lords take out Sultan. What an incredible match it's been so far. I almost thought Sultan could salvage it there with incredible performance. 5-1 so far. Joshua Rebilla, they should have different speeds for each class like Rainbow Six Siege. Interesting. I'll write down that idea. Different speeds classes. That's a good idea. Joshua, thank you for that thought. I'll add that to my pile of suggestions. Because I think that would make a lot of sense as a more roundabout way of dealing with the sniper spam, is to make them just more useful in a more static role. Yes, Arcane Gaming. Okay. Well, it seems like you guys are okay with the idea of a sniping class being slow, as we see multi-person capture from Victory of Lords. Very smart. Lets them capture a lot more quickly. Victory of Lords 1 point away from victory here, but Fancy coming in. And there we go. An equalization from Destiny means it's one round of Rush to determine who will become our champions today. Appropriate, I feel, with both teams with 2 games in hand, now 2 rounds of Rush in hand. It all comes down to this. Oh, Hunter, I didn't know that the gun have different movement speeds. That's interesting. Because, guys, I'm kind of feeling like if the lack and the morph is going to be nerfed, it probably needs to be in ways that don't feel super bad when you're in a fight, but sort of take off the kind of generalist strength of each of the classes. So I don't know, but you guys have had some really good ideas. Hunter, you do make a good point that that being slow moving would be pretty tough to deal with as a sniper, especially on maps which don't have good sight ranges. Uno trying to go for a long range pickoff hasn't been as impressive in the recent rounds as Uno has been before. Make does get the first pickoff of the round. But bear in mind the relay is in control. Uno able to take out Nightmare with that imp. So powerful for being able to pre-set. As Uno going to go in for that relay. We'll of course draw a lot of attention very quickly from up on above. Sultan, the saviour of Destiny last time round. What I really love about the relay point here is there's multiple angles you can approach it from. As Sultan comes in from the back, isn't going to be spotted out for quite a while, takes out Stress. 10 seconds left to play. Devin gets Uno as well. It's now 3v2. Make makes it 2v2. Sultan from up and high gonna mantle across. Gonna go for the last second kill. Takes out Vici. It's now 2v1. Make needs to make a move right now. Because if they're not on the point when it goes across, and it won't even matter, Sultan takes it for Destiny, and they are our champions. What an incredible grand finals. Congratulations to Destiny. Commiserations to Victory Lords. Incredibly well played on both parts though. And that will be our Red Finals. Woof. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So from that last round, definitely going to be Sultan and Devin as well. Both doing very well. Uno dropping off considerably in that one. So. Oops, that's not the right screen I was looking for. There we go. So 3-2 to Destiny. And I've even got a special winner thing to put up. And there we go. Delightful! Congratulations to our champions of the day. Whew. Very, very well played and excellent grand finals. Whew. Well, Destiny came in as the tournament favourites, but they were given one hell of a run for their money. Who can say what will happen in the coming weeks? So let's draw ourselves a couple of YouTube winners. First up, we will have the Big Gorilla. Hey! Big Gorilla, congratulations. Once I've gotten your details. Actually, I'll draw another winner now because I know that you are around. And I'll just make some notes here. So Big Gorilla is winner number 1, and winner number 2 is Captain Zomi. Captain Zomi. Alright, so Big Gorilla and Captain Zomi, you have got the duration of this next custom game to respond, after which we will start drawing other people until we can fill out those numbers. So I think it would only make sense for us to head to conversion to pay tribute to what we have just witnessed for ourselves. Very, very nice stuff. Let's see. Okay, getting it set up now. Let's just check that I've put in the full key. Yep, ESL 1, 2, 3. All good, all good. So, whew. Come and join us for our last game of the stream. ESL 123 or the global chat invite will get you in. Big Gorilla, thank you for your deets. Yes, Hunter, it's because this is a monthly finals stream. We have double winners. Dulzy coming to join us on stream. Let's see if we can get any of our fabulous friends and perhaps some of our familiar faces from the stream to come and play with us for our last game. Hunter, yes, you are right. If you're accurate with the Assault, you are forced to be reckoned with. I think the Assault seems to be the sleeper class that people will go to if they're very, very confident on it. I fully expect to see Assault be the class that really rises up once we're in a kind of a post-lack environment. Gaming Reaper. It's nice to. It's definitely nice to hear that you've been around for a while. Amanula, I might have missed your post on Facebook, but I do remember you saying before. Could you give me your Amanula? Could you give me your dog tag and platform. I can get that looked into for you. As far as your missing credit arenas, we'll see if we can get 3 apiece to get us started off with. Maybe we'll go for 4 apiece. With all the players being out of game now, hopefully we'll be able to get a whole bunch of bodies for our last game of the day. Arcane Gaming, if you're an accurate assault, use sniper, you'll get more kills. Well, you could well be right. I'll throw out one more invite, then we'll get started. Big Gorilla, you are more than welcome. And don't thank me, thanks Nightbot, because it has chosen to favour you this time round. Alright, we've put out the invite. ESL 123 will get you into the game even once it has started. It does not look like Captain Zomi is around. Let's see, I'll give him 30 more seconds and then Captain Zomi will do a new giveaway afterwards. Let's see, I was originally going to say that it was after the custom match, but since Captain Zomi hasn't posted at all, that makes me think they're possibly not here. Let's see, I'm going to go back for the chat and see if I can spot them or say anything. Not for a long time, okay. Alright, so we'll re-roll. USA Gamer will win the giveaway, which I'm guessing is the same person as MC5 to Haxel. Alright, Amanella, thank you for your details. I'll pass those across. For our giveaways. To our community manager to have a look into. Hero Gaming Simon, you want me to drink some delicious water? Well, I'm almost out. I'll have to dig down deep. Let's see. That is some delicious water. Huh. I've got a litre bottle of water with me now. I've gone through the whole thing. Ooh. Alright, well, we'll give USA Gamer a few minutes to respond, and then we'll redraw if they are not here anymore. Sonic, I'm not sure. I think USA Gamer might have gone to sleep, being in India. I think he's in India or Saudi Arabia. Let's see, who are our standout players so far? It's going to be Across. Doing fantastically on the Imp. I'm starting to think the Imp might become a much more of a thing. And also why I suspect that the... Okay, Hunter, I'll take your details as well. And pass them across to Redu. Oh, there you are, USA Gamer. Alright, so if you can give me your dog tag and platform once more to confirm, I'll get you put down as our YouTube winner in place of Captain Zomi, who I think has not shown up for quite some time. Whew. Let's see, SHM also doing very well on the recon, a bit of a change of pace. Well, I'm glad you came back, USA Gamer. Right place, right time. Thank you very much. Alright, so that's all of our giveaways done for today. I think actually, let's see. Yes, I think that's all alright. Yes, Arcane Gaming, I can certainly take your point that the sniper seems to be much more flexible than perhaps it should be. Joshua Relay, I believe I have got your details, yes. So you've got both Mob Crush giveaways because those guys have been generous over there. I suspect USA Gamer got some good karma from doing so because they've still won twice today. Yes, it's about 2 or 3 weeks before those will arrive. Let's see. Let's try back in with Akros again, who's again dominating with the Imp. So, for any of you guys who haven't played with the Imp before, one of the interesting things about it is that you can fire, even if you miss someone, the bullet explodes. And so, if you play it carefully, it's actually extremely powerful, but it's also quite skill reliant. Which I guess I would take as a good thing. Nightwing doing pretty well with the BSW so far. Ah, Kenneth Posey, that's too bad. I'm afraid I can't speak for the Modern Combat Versus developers, but it's an interesting idea to put in the free-for-all. I think it's quite hard to rank off that because free-for-all is so chaotic. Whew. Alright guys, well, that has been our stream for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed the Red Monthly Finals. Congratulations once more to our winners today. Destiny putting on a fantastic performance with Victory of Lords as well. I think it could have gone either way easily. Captain Zomi, I'm sorry that you've returned too late this time round. But thank you once again to our wonderful admin, Soldier Girl, who's been working pretty darn hard behind the scenes to keep everything running nice and smooth. For now though, we'll be headed out. We will be back later on in just under 6 hours for our next weekly tournament. And then back tomorrow for the next monthly, as well as another weekly. So much going on this weekend. We are only 2 tournaments deep out of 5, so I hope you come and join us. Do check the ESL page if you want to see when everything is in your local time. But for now, thank you guys for watching. I've been Peter Counterfeit Hartnell. You can find me at CounterfeitCast on Twitter, and please do follow the Modern Combat Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and all that good stuff. For now though, thank you guys for watching, and I'm glad you seem to have had a good time. And hopefully we'll see you again a little later on.